Hello and welcome to the Twin Flames Universe channel. My name is Christine and I'm a proud student of Life Purpose class and Twin Flame Ascension School with Steph and Celia. In today's video, we'll be talking all about Twin Flame Numerology. I've been studying the topic of numerology for the last few years actually, so I do have a few insights to share that are based on this work and I'm really happy to bring them to you. So, let's begin. So the first most common thing I see in relation to Twin Flame Numerology has to do with all those angel numbers, or 1111, 2222, and 3333 even. And you know, all those repeating numbers, it could be anything in your case, and if you have experienced those numbers, like what do they mean, right? And pretty much these synchronicities are like wings from the universe, but it's nothing that comes from outside of you, right? So for example, let's say you see 1111 a lot. This doesn't necessarily mean that the person that you're interested in romantically at this point in time is your twin flame. In fact, I saw a lot of 1111s when I was dating my false twin flame. And yeah, of course, in time with the healing work and by moving forward on this journey and grounding it in love, I realized that he was not my twin flame after all. That he was a false twin flame. And yeah, that's okay. If that is your experience, that is okay. If that's not your experience, that is okay too. But yeah, seeing 1111 doesn't necessarily mean that this person is your twin flame. It doesn't mean that this person is not your twin flame. It's yeah, it's something way deeper than that. And of course, they're like little winks from the universe whenever you see those repeating numbers. Like, hey, you're on the right track. Like, oh, keep following this, right? So, you know, seeing those is a way to know that you're on the right path. But you don't need to depend on those. Like, oh, I didn't see 1111 today. I did something wrong. Like, it doesn't work that way. Always be heart-centered. Focus on your feelings. Like, do the actions of your day feel good? You know, whatever you're guided to do or not to do. Like, does it feel good to you or not? If it feels good and peaceful, then you're good to go. Like, you don't need to worry about it, whether you see those numbers or not. And yeah, so don't worry about it. If you see a lot of repeating numbers, that's a good thing. It's a wink from the universe. And it's communication from the universe, but you don't have to depend on that for confirmation or for anything else like that. So the next thing that I see coming up a lot about twin flames and numerology is that, you know, if you have a life path number 9, that means you're a twin flame. If not, you don't have a twin flame. Or insert any number. It could be 11, it could be 22 for your life path number. And there are some people that are really like, oh, that's the number, like, that means you have a twin flame and you're destined to meet them in this lifetime. And yeah, what I want to say to this is that you're a divine being and that it doesn't really matter what your life path is when it comes to having a twin flame or not, because everybody does. I'm a life path too. I have a twin flame. So yeah, though it was quite funny because I was calculating life path numbers from people in the community the other day, and a lot of divine masculines did have life path 9, but yeah, that's irrelevant. It doesn't mean that it means that you're learning the lessons of this life path number, but it doesn't mean like necessarily that you're meant to be in union or not. You know, that's the outside of you thing, because your union is something that you're created with. You're created in your union, and you're only experiencing the illusion of not being in union. So yeah, everybody has a twin flame, so it doesn't matter what your life path number is, or what your twin flame's life path number is, because yeah, it's every single life path number has something, has certain lessons and certain growth, right? So whatever you're meant to learn in this lifetime and whatever you're growing into, that is okay and that is perfect for you, so you don't need to worry about it. Right? If you feel this desire for your union, this desire to be with your twin flame, then you're supported in that. And you don't really feel desires just because. Desire, as a word, like it means of the Father, right? Of God. So God places those desires in your heart for a purpose. And if your desire is to be in union, then yeah, just go for it. It doesn't matter what your life path number is or what your expression number is or whatever. Like, it's not in the numbers. It's a sacred journey between you and God. And if your true desire is to be in your permanent harmonious twin flame union, then this community is perfect for you, right? This work is perfect for you. It will just show you how to get there and how to, yeah, it's pretty much repeated results. Like, you do the work, you get results. There's no way around it. Like, even if your life path number is like 11 or 22 or any of those master numbers, right? Yeah, sure, it means something, but if you do not choose to embody your potential, if you do not choose to pursue your desire for union, then you won't get there. Because, yeah, let's say you want to be like a professional athlete. If you don't train or, eat in a way that supports that, or, all of these changes, if you don't take the steps for it, then how do you expect to have the result, right? And your union is the same thing. Like, if you're not doing the spiritual work for it, how will you get there? So, another thing I've seen when it comes to twin flames and numerology is twin flames have matching life path numbers, and that is completely false. And that's because you don't necessarily need to be working on the same things as your twin flame. So your life path number shows you what lessons you're learning in this lifetime and what you're growing through, what your challenges are. It's a very important number. And you and your twin flame are still individuals, even though you're one being at the core. So, yeah, this part of the consciousness is working, for example, on money and the physical abundance and, material wealth and feeling grounded if you have a life path number 8. And let's say your twin flame has life path number 2. Here she's learning partnership and harmony and diplomacy and all those beautiful things. And you coming together, like you could, all twin flames do great things together, right? Your harmonious union, it has a purpose, and that is to live your life purpose together as one being. But it doesn't matter what the exact lessons are. You don't have to be learning like the same lesson, both of you. One could be working on this area of your union, the other on the other, and that's okay. It's perfectly fine. And you see it a lot like in a very grounded example. It's a lot of the times it's usually, in the beginning at least, one twin flame does the inner work or the spiritual work or the meditation or the mirror exercise, while the other doesn't. And on the outside it looks like they're very different, but both of them are making the same core choice. They're making the core choice to be together and, go deeper into love, no matter what that looks like on the outside. So yeah, don't need to worry if your life path number doesn't match your twin flames. That's okay. And I want to raise another point here about compatibility of your numerology charts at first glance. It won't necessarily always look like it's compatible. It might look incompatible even, and that's okay. Because you were created intelligently, and like if it upsets you, of course, that it doesn't look compatible, do look into it. Like, use the mirror exercise there. What upsets you? What are you feeling? And why is it important for you to have this like compatibility on paper, right? So definitely, feel your feelings at all times and use the mirror exercise. And it's best to do this with any part of your numerology chart and even your twin flames if you have like this data, right? If there's something that upsets you about like any of their numbers or, your combination of numbers together, then go use the mirror exercise on that. And in fact, this is a highly beneficial thing to do, to study your numerology chart and to apply the mirror exercise on any of those patterns that you notice, right? And because it brings a great awareness of what your patterns are, why they're here, how you can like resolve those, because if you're aware of it, you can heal it. If you're not aware of it, how can you heal it? Pretty obvious. So yeah. And another thing I have seen is that the life path numbers, when you add them together, you make a relationship number. You get that for 2 people. And if you're a twin flame, it adds up to 11 every time, or to any other number. Insert X number here, like 9. I've seen like different things. And I was going to use my own numerology as an example, but I noticed mine and my twins do add up to 11, so. But this doesn't, what I'm trying to get to is that it won't necessarily add up to any number. And I'm not saying that the relationship number is completely useless. Of course it has like its use, like you can see like the energy of your union, right? This number, how you are together. But it doesn't have to be like the absolute truth, right? So you can use this in order to heal things. So for example, let's just say your union number is 3. And 3s are not known for their commitment. They're all like very the joy of life and surrendering to every moment, and like, but they're not very committed, right? So you might notice you have commitment issues between you and your twin flame. Like, he won't commit, you won't commit, she won't commit, like, all this. That's a very good thing to know this, because And you're like, oh, like we're very focused on partying and not enough on committing to ourselves. So yeah, let me mirror this. I'm upset because my twin flame doesn't commit to me. I'm upset because I don't commit to myself. And you go deeper in this. And yeah, that's how you heal a lot of issues and a lot of blocks to your union. And yeah, your numerology chart is not the primary thing. It's yet another tool you can use to take you deeper. Like with your astrology chart, you won't, look to your astrology to see if you'll get in union or not. That's ridiculous. You have the power of your personal choice as a divine being. So definitely what you want to do is to use this to your advantage by applying this work and applying the mirror exercise here whenever you have an upset or, to any of those patterns. And as I said before, awareness is the first step, and it's a great first step to have, because if you know that, hey, like I'm seeing those patterns and indeed they reflect on my report, let me just go a bit deeper here. And, you're very much focused on where you need to grow instead of just fumbling in the dark, like, is this an area I'm good at? Is this an area I'm good at? And yeah, of course, always take what resonates from whatever number, because every number has a different meaning, and it doesn't mean like that it's to a certain degree. As I said with the threes before, it won't mean that necessarily you're completely not committed to each other or whatever, right? But there will be a lack of commitment perhaps to your life purpose or something like that. It is somewhere, but it's not to a terrible degree always, and it's not to a small degree always. So you will see, you will fill into that, whatever resonates. You're a unique being, so don't just keep yourself in a box. Think outside the box. It's good. Yeah, and yeah, another thing that is not on my list of things I wanted to talk about, but it just came to me right now, is to talk about the karmic debt numbers. And yeah, many of us have those in our charts, myself included. 19th birthday, karmic debt number 19, something I have in my chart as well. And those, they're not completely meaningless, but they're not like a death sentence or whatever. Like having a karmic debt number in your chart somewhere, yeah, it shows you where in past lives there was some misuse of the energy of this number, right? But you can make a different choice now. You can always make a different choice no matter what you chose in your past lives. And it's really cool to have like those numbers, because it's really showing like how eternal you are of a being, right? Like you had previous lives that you did things like, and you don't consciously remember like your name and your face back then or what you did for a living, but you carry the same vibration over and over again until you make the choice to heal it. So it's very important to be, diligent about that. Like, okay, like these patterns are repeating because like I need to heal them. Like nothing is going to change those patterns until you do. So even dying and coming back to life again, like with reincarnation, it doesn't change those patterns. Like that doesn't mean anything. It's it's your choice to heal this, and you can do this now. And you can ascend even by staying on the planet. In fact, that's the purpose of this body of work, to ascend while also staying on the planet and having a fulfilling life here on the planet, but also being very divine, like embodying your divinity, because we're all divine at the same time. So it's a really beautiful thing. So if you do have a karmic debt number, there are some great ways to burn off karma, like by making different choice, and also by let's say volunteering for a cause that you believe in, or for, just all those different things, right? Really giving service, giving your gift to others. It's a really great way to do that. And it's actually fun to do. So yeah, it's always fun to give love to the world, because we were created in love, and that's our natural state of being, giving love. So yeah, definitely a great point to see where you need to be, where your soul needs more healing, like where you need more love. But yeah, that's about it. It's doesn't mean that you will or will not get into union. Again, that's your choice entirely. Whether you choose to get into union or not, up to you. Not up to the numbers, not up to the stars, not up to Mercury retrograde or whatever. Okay, so yeah, this is all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it insightful. If you did, feel free to click the like button, subscribe to our channel for more juicy content from our students here at Twin Flames Universe. I'm also a certified Ascension coach, so if you would like to work with me on your Ascension journey, then feel free to check out my links in the description below. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.